Hi all. I can tell you, it's jolly weird growing old. It seems to happen very suddenly on a big rush. And then I look at the monitor up here, yeah, and I see what I saw when I looked at Timothy Leary when I was about 40. And I looked at Timothy Leary and I thought, oh, that's a shag, that old man. Yes, and I now remember, uh, even so, Timothy Leary looked terribly ill physically, and yet he hadn't lost his better view of things, sense of humour. Yeah, it's a bummer, man. Death. I mean, if it was possible, I would organise a protest to get the law changed so that we didn't have to die. But, man, that's one law you can't change. You can change your marijuana law, I don't fucking care, man. You'll never get it right because your society has been corrupt from the beginning, and therefore you're never going to get an ideal where there is no corruption. Basically, you're going to just choose between this corrupt law and that corrupt law, and what form of corruption prevails. Mate, I hardly wake up these days. Sometimes I can get myself into a nice state where I remember the greater highs of my adventure. As I was explaining to some young chaps yesterday, I have risen to a position of some influence and success in different areas, doing different activities and sometimes using different names. Nothing evil about it. All the evils are on the part of the criminals who have stabbed me in the back and wiped me out. Anyway, I'm fed up talking about it, and one thing I have decided is I'm not going to carry on presenting myself for help from the various people who are paid public funds to help chappies in a position like myself, because I'm not like any other chap in this position. I don't want to spend my days shuffling around collecting this free handout, that free handout, pretending that I've got some sort of life while I'm waiting for something to be handled. No, that is not how I want to spend my life. And I don't like being identified with these chappies. I haven't begged yet. I've nearly killed some fucking beggars around here because I really disagree with that approach to life. I disagree with any approach to life that would hold a position in the position, hold a person in the position of victim because it might seem economically or otherwise rewarding to remain a victim. This is not a good system. This is filled up your streets with beggars. We will be there tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow because they will never get a better paid job. And there seems to be no end of idiots willing to pay money simply because they're asked for it. Right, well, I'm not playing my life like that. I'm not going to spend my life like that. All I really am concerned with now is that I have this dog. Dog, you dog. There's dog. Yeah. Yeah, well, that means that all day, every day, I am connected to the love of life. That is how I have survived. Most of the marijuana I've been using is fake, but I did discover that when I stopped using anything, oh, I feel terrible. Anyway, logically, philosophically, one must come to say something like this: end of life. There is no one giving out good guidance on this. There is absolutely no one to whom you can look for good ideas on how to approach death. Oh, perhaps the Tibetan Book of the Dead? Yes, already done it. Uh, at the end of the day, each soul must make its own arrangement with God. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it through this dog so that I have learned tremendous amounts of science or other knowledge that would be of value to some or all of the community. I have no channel on which I can reach people who are willing to give the time to watch all the way through to the end of the video. You know what I mean, my friend. If you valued what I'm capable of telling you about as much as I valued it at the time when I was looking down on multimillionaires, oh chum, do you know what I'm saying? There are some rewards in life that are better than anything money can buy. Yeah, well, I wanted to share that, but I cannot find a way to get to anybody who will watch to the end of the video and then maybe get in touch and then maybe help with my physical problems at the moment, such as not having a bed or a sink or a kitchen or anything remotely resembling a home. I don't even have a room. I don't even have a tent. I shall be sleeping most likely on concrete tonight. Although last time I attempted it, I didn't sleep. I just nightmared all night and kept shifting from one painful position on my hip to another. Yeah, right. Well, can't be bothered spending any more time telling you about what's wrong. Can't be bothered spending any more time telling you about what could be right, because you, that is currently my friends on Facebook, that's a tiny, tiny, tiny number of friends for a man who has been friendly with hundreds of thousands. So I don't really want to spend any more time on you chaps, the current Facebook wallets, because you don't even notice what I'm saying, most of you. Sure, Sean, man, nothing I've said applies to you, Sean. It has been you that has reminded me what I have forgotten about myself. But I'm not going to carry on trying to assert something that is receiving no support. I'm not going to try to correct something that is so deliberately kept wrong. I think it is callous and cruel that in this day and age a civilised man of 63, invalid, pensioner, already robbed of his treasures in life, should be kicked out on the street to die because he used illegal drugs. And I would like to be specific, even though the council is not specific. I may have used cannabis, marijuana, hemp in my room. I think it is callous and cruel to find a man guilty of that crime and evict him from what little civilization he still had, a bed. Yeah, right, so I'm not going to bother with that. So that's all finished. My long-term mission started with my brother to create overall social improvement through marijuana. This is well in progress. There is a lot of marijuana around, and there is a lot of healthy debate on the rights and wrongs of it. And more people are becoming aware of who's actually corrupt in this scene, including the GW Pharmaceuticals that has a legal license to produce cannabis as a medicine. Take over all the business, stop people getting high. Yeah, man. Ain't gonna do it anymore. This is me saying goodbye to all these struggles. I have fought in the drugs war for 28 years. I've done my bit. I've done very well. I've suffered a lot. At the end of the day, what seems to stick most in my attention is the disgrace, the humiliation, the degradation, the inhumanity, the lack of compassion, being allowed to be dirty and helpless and friendless in public. It breaks my fucking heart. Assholes. So I'm not going to open up any more on that. So probably what I'm going to do is doodle with this dog, and all I hope is that my passing is sudden. I found a lot of love in life, and I created a hell of a fucking lot more love in my life. I've given away love free. I've not motivated myself by what am I going to get for doing this thing. I've motivated myself by what is the best I could do for the best others. I feel proud about that, but hey, the National Health Service would describe me as some sort of unique mental health condition who probably needs separated from his dog and chemically sedated, if not imprisoned, until dead. Fuck him. Right, so I'm out of that, man. I've had a great time. It's like you're James Bond, you reach the end of your adventure, you come to the last page, you find yourself lying unconscious on the pavement, and then you look up and some old lady going, you really shouldn't be here, you know. You really shouldn't be here, you know. And you think, fuck it. Right, missus. Cheerio. You have a stiff. That's what I'll probably do. That's the little old lady up in Clifton that woke us up the other morning in Guardian Court. Lovely little millionaires block of apartments made out of an old church building, I think. We slept in the common shelter out front, you know. Posh. Really shouldn't be here. Yeah, I know, I shouldn't be here. So I'm away off to heaven. I'll be waiting for you. Most of the things I said, if not all, were true. Or in other words, if I said something that wasn't exactly true or accurate, it was an accident. I was trying to tell the truth. I'm not trying to argue with those who have abused me in hopes that they will abuse me less. I'm just going to accept the tragedy of my condition. I'm not going to shuffle along with all the other homeless chappies. You know, let's report for lunch here, let's go down there for sandwiches, let's get our blankets washed over there. Not going to play that game because, frankly, I don't seek to escape reality with toxic alcohol or drugs. No. So I'm just going to muse and wander and see where God takes me. I am going to open my mouth rather loosely wherever I find I can make improvement. You know what I mean? If I see something wrong now, I'm inclined to mention it because it, you know, for example, it's irritating to see people who spend more in one day than I spend in a week. Looking to me as some form of free amusement for them. Well, they're not even appreciating what I'm spending all that money on. Anyway, see, this is too negative. I don't want to approach life with this negativeness. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start living in the minute. I don't really care where I sleep tonight. It would be nice to get somewhere secure, but let's face it, I've spent many years looking for that and not got it, and when I did get it, rather shockingly evicted from it. So forget it. We're just going to wander along. A lot of it is reminiscence. You know, I can get pleasure out of life in the present by reminiscing on the wonderful times I had before, because I really did enjoy every single year of my life. Oh dear. I wish I could cry like that, because with the real problems that I have compared to that kid's problems, I'd be making a crying noise that would be heard in Whitehall in fucking London if I could cry. Unfortunately, whenever I start to cry, somebody uses the opportunity to kick my head in even further. Anyway, see, I want off this vibe. All I'm saying is, yeah man, I've been there, I won, I had the prize taken off me, I'm not fighting to get it back, I'm out of here soon. It was good, I wanted to share it all. Some of it's already on its way to you through relays. You know, I believe in the process of networking so that today millions of people are doing things a little bit better than they did before as a result of having received ideas that have been networked over the recent years. Do you see what I mean? No, if not, I don't care. It's been a great life. I don't expect to get any Oscars. I'm terribly disappointed about the quality of friendship offered. But then again, once you're in a vulnerable social position, the sort of friendship that you're likely to be offered is often motivated by what they can get out of you, such as, what's his name, that keeps putting catty, bitchy, critical, bring you down comments underneath my videos. Some chap that probably doesn't appear in any sensible video himself. Steve, you're right up my fucking nose. Get out of my fucking mind. Don't come anywhere near me, mate. Right? Okay. What a life. Yeah, I mean, a couple of years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I would have stormed in here. Everybody would have known I was here. Everybody would remember the afternoon I was here. And everybody would remember everything that happened that afternoon. But that's just the way I was living my life until the police, using criminals, destroyed my life again and again and again and again and again and again and again. And if there's anybody still watching, I could help you a lot, mate. Oh, sorry about the mate. I could help you a lot. If you've watched this far and you haven't fallen for the usual stereotype of what you're looking at here, I can help you a lot. Do get in touch quick, because I don't know if I'll be around for long. If not, love to all. It's there, waiting. You've got to reach for it. And then, from that point on, love is something you create. You know, once you know what it is, you give it away. You create it. You love. And that gives you more and more. And means that you live in a happier life. And so, me and my... I'll it. Love and leave you. It's pathetic, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, Rocco and Ali. I've done it. It was, if any failure was not due to lack of hard work, it was due to naivety in allowing, not conceiving how evil some people are. Those controlling the drugs trafficking and the police force and the housing, or in fact government, yeah, pretty damn evil. Well, you can pull a knife out of your back, can't really stop it hurting, but you can laugh and go, oh, what a bunch of wankers, man. You haven't won anything by doing me in. Oh, and just once more, Stephen Farley, you are a cunt, man. You've really upset a dying man. A silly thing to do if you believe in karma. Even if you don't, it's a very silly thing to do. Upset a dying man. Huh. Could you not have found something better to do with your time? Yeah, so I won't leave on that note. I'll just leave on saying, all the rest of you shafted me, fuck you lot as well. And those who loved me when they did, yeah, it's good to love, isn't it? When you love, you can dance, you can sing, you can play, you can do motherfucking anything. When you love, and love is based on truth. Love is based on honesty. Love is based on just unzip. If it's in here, it's out here. Right. And at this time, as I approach the end and the final cut and all that, apart from seeing Timothy Leary on the picture here, I'm thinking of my beautiful dog, who loves me intensely because I have looked after this dog better than I've looked after any other organism yet. Call it selfish, it's my life support system, yeah. But I'm also thinking of my brother Alistair, my mum, my dad, my grandmother, my friend Sandra in Oxford, who could not be with me because of some other men's insanity. The wife, Heather, nah, I can't understand that. That woman did tremendous damage to my